Hello, today we at Vicky Anderson Training are going to talk to Sarah, who's our training coordinator, about booking a course. So we thought we'd actually start by going through the process of what actually happens, explain to everybody what it is that we do and how it operates. So if you call the office and book into a training course, what would actually have happened before that? Would you have looked on the website, or what sort of things might they have done?
They could have looked on the website, they could have received one of our monthly MailChimps that we send out to them, reminding them of up and coming courses. They could have previously been a candidate and be signed up to a subscription services that we offer them. They could have seen us at a show or an event that we've been to, or they could have just been word of mouth. Somebody has just recommended us to them because they've had a fantastic experience with us.
So what happens when they actually ring up and book, or they email and say they'd like to book a course?
So they can ring up over the phone and speak to us, or they can send us an email with an inquiry asking about different courses, dates, availability. If they ring up, office hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 5 p.m. They can speak to one of the girls in the office, myself or my colleague Grace, or the girls in the bookkeeping department can help them as well. They would ring up, discuss what their training needs are. Have they got
Do you check
course?
that they're doing the right course, or?
We do. Sometimes they ring up and they're unsure of what course they would need, so they may ring up about a pesticide course and be unsure of the actual process. So they may think that, I want to learn how to spray with a knapsack, but they don't realise that they have to do a course prior to that to be able to get them onto the knapsack course. So sometimes they do need some guidance of the step-by-step process.
Okay, so now we've decided what course we want to book on. What actually happens then?
So we take details over the phone. So if an employer is ringing on behalf of a candidate, we would take the employer's name, the candidate's name, we would take details, so phone numbers, we would take a contact email address, we would take a billing address from the person ringing as well. We would then send over booking confirmation letter, which would explain course date, venue of where the course is taking place. It would then identify items that the candidate needs to bring with them to the training course. It points them to our website to find out directions of where we are so they can locate us on their journey here. And it also covers our terms and conditions as well about the course and items like that.
And tells them when they might need a packed lunch,
yes,
or
yeah,
all the exciting things that you need on a training course, like your packed lunch and your wellies, or your
PPE,
your protective equipment you might need, or anything like that. So and what else do they get as part of that booking?
They also get a candidate registration form, which we ask that the candidate fills out themselves, not their employer. It does contain some information that we do need, so we need the name spelling correctly and how the candidate would like their name spelling, date of birth, place of birth, and nationality. If you're doing a City and Guilds qualification, they do stipulate that we do need all that information, so it is mandatory that you do complete every section on the candidate form, and it must be returned to us before the course date.
And it just helps you to know if that person needs any help or anything, if they have any sort of dyslexia requirements or anything like that. So then people can actually say on that form, but it's for them to sign to let us know. And I think the letter says that they've got to send a photograph. What does that? Yeah,
so a lot of the qualifications that we run, candidates do receive a skills card as well as an A4 certificate piece of paper with their qualification on. They can provide a passport photo if they've got any. If not, they can just take a photo on a phone and email it across to us. Or failing that, if they've forgotten, we do capture people as they come through the door for the day of the training course and explain that we haven't got a candidate photo. So don't worry, we can take it on the morning of the course. That's not a problem.
And what if the person can't attend? So what if they have to swap to a different person coming on the course?
So they can swap names on the course. The only course which is more difficult is a PA1 safe use of pesticide course, because it has to be booked 10 days prior to the actual training date. We have to notify City and Guilds of who is attending, and it can't be changed. But candidates can be changed as long as they have the relevant prerequisites to go onto the courses, because some do have some prerequisites that they must have to get onto the next stage. But if you have a word with one of the girls in the office, then I'm sure they'll be able to help you with that query.
And so once they've booked on that course, can they change the date or not attend, or?
It depends. So we have a 14-day cancellation policy. So if you are sort of 20 days away from the date of your training, then yes, it can be moved to another date. Some courses are run monthly, some courses are just run ad hoc. It depends the type of training course you booked onto.
Right, and if they're within the 14 days?
Not really. We have a cancellation policy of 14 days. So if you're into your 14 days, then unfortunately we can't move the monetary value of the course on. It's our terms and conditions, and they are on our website.
Yeah, so you can't cancel and you can't change the date.
No.
Okay, that's very useful to know. And so once they've booked on that course, so if they're an employer, should they tell the candidate all the information? Should they pass all that information on to the candidate?
Yes.
It's very important that they do, isn't it?
It
so
is.
That that candidate knows where they're coming to, what they're doing, how they're doing it, and so on and so forth. It's very important that they pass that information on to the candidate. And that's very good. So that's part of our booking process. I think that's it, isn't it?
It is.
And already booked onto the course, and that's how you do it.